This is a Permobil F3 power chair. This power chair is fully loaded and it only has 7 miles, so it's practically brand new again. A lot of our chairs we have at Marks Mobility are all practically brand new. But this one has 7 miles, so that tells you maybe a few weeks of usage. It is fully loaded. It has 5 options. It has the 12-inch seat lift, the electric tilt, the electric recline, the electric leg, and it also has what's called the anterior tilt, where the seat tilts forward to help you get out. So it has 5 functions, fully loaded. You're not going to get much more on a power chair. Again, it's made by Permobil. All the powers, all the functions can be worked through the joystick or through the switch box behind the joystick. So you have these controls here, or you can do it through the joystick. So if I want the seat to elevate, I would hit the first button here. I'm going to do it through the joystick, so that through the switch box, so it's quicker for me. So this is your 12-inch seat lift going up. The nice thing about this chair, when the seat is elevated by 12 inches, you'll start at 22, you'll be roughly at 34, within an inch. You could be 35, you could be 33. It's not always the exact 12 inch, but it's 12 inch raised up. You can still drive this chair with the seat elevated at a decent speed. So this is you can see how it can still move. So this power chair still moves about a mile and a half when the seat is elevated. As you can see, you can still drive. So if you're in your kitchen or you're going somewhere and you want to drive, this will be your forward speed. Okay. The noise you hear right now is my board. It's nothing with the creaking and all that. It's from my board on the ground right here. So this is your 12-inch seat lift. The nice thing about this seat lift is that it's a 3-point seat lift. So you can see the armature, how well built this is. Look at the armature on this. Your actuator for your seat lift is actually down in here. It goes up over here. But this is a 3-point actuator, so it keeps the seat real solid on the chair. So if you're driving, you're not going to have any vacillating back and forth. We've got 14-inch solid black wheels, non-skid, meaning that you're not going to have any marks on your floor. Anti-tip wheels in the front. These are not on the ground. They only touch the ground if the chair was ever to lean forward, which would be very hard to do. 8-inch caster wheels in the back. You have suspension on this chair, front suspension, rear suspension. They can be adjusted by turning this ring right here. You can tighten up or loosen up the suspension. So you got suspension for the front, suspension for the back on both sides. You got 4 shocks on this chair. That's why the suspension on these chairs, the ride is fantastic. You've got an anchor point in front here to tie your chair down to your lift. And you've got another anchor point behind here where I have my hand on it. That's your anchor point. You have a motor for each wheel. Each wheel has a motor that goes to the wheel. This is your lever right here. So if you needed to put this chair in neutral, always turn the power off, because if you leave the power on, you'll have some resistance with the electric motors. Turn the power off. There's a lever here. If you push it down, your wheel unlocks. Do both sides and you can push this chair around. Remember, this chair weighs 400 pounds because it's fully loaded. 400 pounds, so it's not like pushing a manual chair. Back in gear, you're back in gear, turn your power back on. So far we've covered the 12-inch seat lift that's going back down right now. You've also got what's called a swing-away joystick. The joystick can be put on the right or on the left. Right now it's on the right-hand side. This creaky noise right here is a spring. There's a spring that opens up and shuts down every time you raise the seat. It needs to be lubricated because the chair is still fairly new. That'll be gone by the time you get this chair. So I'll bring the chair down, all the way down. The next thing we're going to show you is the interior tilt. So the interior tilt is where it helps you get out. So if I push this button forward here, there's your interior tilt right now. That's a pretty nice one. That's about a 10-15% interior tilt, so that kind of helps you get out of the chair. That's your second function there. I'm going to bring it back down to flat. And now we're going to do what's called the electric tilt. The electric tilt is when the bottom goes back. Of course, the seat's going to go back also in the back. This is called your electric tilt. The arms on this chair are removable. They can move out of the way. So are the lateral pads. So the lateral pads right here can be removed so there's nothing in your way if you're transferring from the side. These lateral pads right here can be, don't get away from me. These lateral pads can be moved up and down this shaft on this track right here. You can have them all the way up here, or you can take them off. They're nice. It keeps your knees in from falling off your foot plate also. This is your electric tilt. The next thing I'm going to show is the electric legs. The legs can be adjusted. So if you're 5'2" or 6'2", we can adjust them any distance. Or if you're 5 foot tall, we can adjust them. They're fully adjustable. So if you needed some circulation, you could put your legs up like this and tilt your seat back. Now that would be a little extreme. What you could do is tilt the seat only halfway back, and you would still be able to have circulation. So even if you had the seat tilted this far back and your legs out, you still have circulation, which is a great thing to have is that if you need that. So I'm going to bring the seat all the way back down. And the last function of the 5 functions will be the electric recline, which is just the back going back, which would be this one here. So now we're watching the back go back. As I mentioned earlier, you can take the arms out. So if you're transferring from the side, you would move the arms all the way out of the way like this and remove the lateral pads. So this chair pretty much lays flat. So if you're laying down in this chair, this is what you're looking at. Laying down flat. If I put the arm back down, you can see what it looks like. This will be laying pretty much as flat as you can get. So that's a really nice feature to have, to be able to lay down flat. But you can lay I can stop any position I want like this, and you decide what position you want. That's what's nice about these Permobil. Permobil is the highest quality power chair you can buy. They're Swedish-made power chairs, and they're really nice power chair. And what I would do is, when you go outside, make sure you leave your legs, your leg foot plates out. It gives you more room under the chair, okay? So the nice thing about this chair also, this chair will go 6.5 miles an hour outside. So when I drive it outside, I'll be able to tell you exactly how fast it goes. I'll be able to read the speedometer, the meter here. I'll be able to tell you. Let's turn the chair around. As I mentioned earlier, we've got the lateral pads here. The cushion is 18 inches wide by 19 deep. 18 wide, so this is foam right here, and back in here it's air. So this cushion will come with a little air pump. You can pump, you can see, maybe in the video, you can see how I'm pushing. This is all air in here. There's bubbles, there's an air patch in here. It can be pumped up. You also have a safety belt. You've got your leather back. You've got in the back of the chair your headrest, which is fully adjustable. You can adjust any position you want. You have a wrench right here that you can use to do any adjustments on your chair. It's back in here. If you don't have the wrench, all you need is this size Allen wrench. That's all you need. You don't need one that long. So if you have Allen wrench set at home, it'll do the same thing. These right here are where you adjust the tilt of the arm. So if I turn these cylinders, I can tip the arms higher or drop them down lower, right, with these 2 cylinders right here. You've got a reflector. These are not lights. A lot of people think they're lights. They're only reflectors. Reflectors in the front, reflectors in the back. There's a power button right here. I just turn the power off. There's no power left in the chair. We usually turn the power off when we ship these chairs to our clients. First thing you do when you get the chair, unbox it, go here, the button's on top, turn the power back on, and you're ready to go. That's your power button right there. Now when you turn the power off on the back, you have to return the power, reset the power up front. This is a front wheel drive power chair. Great for outside, fantastic for inside the house also. But the benefit of a front wheel drive power chair is for outside is there's nothing holding this wheel right here off the ground. There's no other wheel in front on the ground supporting, taking the weight off of this. So if you have a 400-pound chair and you have a user that's 200 pounds, that's 600 pounds of weight that's going to be transferred right here. So when you go into the grass or whatever, you have a lot of traction. So front wheel drives are great. They take a little bigger turn in the house because you're turning around the front instead of around the middle. So you're turning around the front instead of around the middle. So you'll have about this much bigger turn when you turn in the house, but this is what you're looking at in the house. So this is your turn. The foot blade flip up. If you're going to exit the chair, I would bring the legs all the way under the chair so there's nothing in your way when you get out, just like I'm doing now. So when you get out, you don't have a lot of, so this is pretty much level. So that's nice. So as I said, when you drive the chair, make sure you leave your feet out a little bit. And when you charge the chair, this power chair has 2 batteries, and the batteries come out from the back. So you have to raise the seat up a little bit, take the back cover off, and they come out, they slide out from the back of the chair. 2 batteries, they're 60 amp batteries, group 34, 60 amp batteries. They're gel batteries, recessed post terminals. When you charge this chair, plug your joystick like most power chairs these days, right below the joystick. Plug it into the wall. As soon as your light goes from orange to green, or when it shows full, this one has a meter that shows full, the charger will automatically shut off. So you don't have to worry about overcharging your chair. As soon as it's full, the charger will stop charging, and you'll be able to get about 13 to 15 miles on a battery charge. And that all depends what kind of surface you're on, how heavy the user is. So the mileage will vary anywhere from 10 miles to 20 miles. So if you're just putting around the house or around the neighborhood, you might get more, you might get less. Mileage is always different for every chair, for every person, depending on the usage. But roughly the manual says 13 to 14 miles. So if you're looking for a Permobil F3 power chair with 5 function, 12-inch seat lift, electric tilt, anterior tilt, electric recline, electric legs, swing away joystick, lateral pad, air cushion, safety belt, adjustable headrest, with only 7 miles in new condition, this would be a beauty. This is the top of the line right here. Permobil, this is the top of the line. This is a beauty, and again, if you want this one, give us a call. It's ready to go. All right, F3 power chair, Permobil F3, 6 miles an hour is probably top speed. So smooth on the concrete. Went through the grass with no problem. Ready to go.
Hi, I'm Mark, and my name is Alex.
We are a family-owned business for over 25 years.
We have many products available, not just what you see in this video. If you would like to learn more, you can call the number below at 800-677-6293, or you can visit us directly at www.marksmobility.com.